What's up, everybody? I got a little bit of time today, so I'm going to take some questions. So, you guys have any questions about it? And plus, I was going to go over heavy or lightweight. So, if you go to the 21 Studios YouTube channel, it's called 21 Studios. A video was just posted about me on stage busting a myth, lightweight for tone, which a lot of people still believe that is a complete myth, and I'm going to show you why. Also on my Instagram, _J_Vincent, I posted the clip as well. So if you guys want to see why lighter weight for tone and heavy weight for bulk is bullshit, go ahead and follow me on Instagram and watch the video. Grab some coffee. I'm going to explain to you guys the physiology behind why that is a myth. So many people just don't understand the basic physiology. So I'm going to show you with an excerpt from my VIP coaching course, which if you would like to join, click the link in the bio and link in the description to book a call with me. I offer a 10-week long, extremely comprehensive VIP coaching course where I teach you virtually everything I know within reason, which makes you an expert and helps you transform your physique, because a lot of the problems people have is they are completely clueless on what they're doing. So I teach you over the course of 10 weeks with live coaching calls and video content. And I'm going to show you something from my VIP coaching course to better explain why lightweight for tone and heavyweight for reps is bullshit. So, allow me to bring it up here. Testosterone is bullshit. Don't believe the hype, guys. You guys need to remember something. Whenever there's something new that comes out, it's always bullshit. Think about it. When did some hype or some fad come out that actually worked? When was the last time that actually happened? Never. I mean, here's the thing. Testosterone, try it. Guarantee it won't do shit, but you can try it. It's bullshit. How much does my VIP coaching course cost? Book a call with me and I'll explain that, because there are different levels. But it's 10 weeks long and about 60 hours total of FaceTime with me teaching you directly. So you cannot possibly be confused about exercise. So I'm going to bring up why training heavy for bulk and training light for tone is bullshit. I think I have some theories as to why that is, but it is. It's nonsense. So what you're going to see here is this is some of the content from my VIP coaching course. So in my course, there's content you go through on your own each week, kind of like a class at your own pace. And then we have 3 calls every week, 1 or 2 which are literally in the gym, like I did earlier today, where I'll either go through my whole workout and then take questions after, or demonstrate exercises. So we do that, but then there's also this content that you have unlimited access to. So all right, can you see that? So this is why, first of all, this is why training to failure is the most effective. And if anyone argues that, they're fucking retarded. But this is also why it doesn't matter what weight you use. It does not matter as long as you go to failure. And this is why. So again, this is some of the stuff I teach in my VAP coaching course. Many of you have probably never heard of this. Henneman's size principle of motor unit recruitment. Okay. This is some old stuff, 60s, I believe. So Dr. Elwood Henneman, he was a Harvard neurobiologist and neurophysiologist who was the first scientist to identify the differences between slow twitch and fast twitch muscles. So a lot of you guys have heard these terms before, slow twitch, fast twitch. What do they mean? Elwood Henneman, Dr. Elwood Henneman was the one who discovered this. And he discovered this a long fucking time ago. I'm going to look it up, actually. And believe it or not, so many trainers, and especially retard bodybuilders, are completely unaware of this. It's insane how they are unaware. In 1965, this is from. He discovered this fucking 60 years ago. All right. And people are still, why train to failure? Why lift fast? Well, if you understand this, which we've known for 60 years, it's very clear why training explosively or training fast or heavy or light makes no sense. All right. So he's the one who created slow twitch and fast twitch fiber terminology, or white fiber and red fiber. So the slow twitch fibers are darker in color, so they're referred to as red fibers, and because they're more oxidative. And fast twitch fibers were considered white fibers because under a microscope they had a white color to them. And in a good example of this is, with chicken breast. You notice the breast of the chicken is white. You notice the thighs are dark. Why? Well, the thighs are mostly slow twitch muscle, red fibers. The breast is mostly fast twitch muscle, white fibers. And we can look at the function of these body parts, and it's pretty self-explanatory why those fibers are allocated in those areas. The chicken thigh is mostly slow twitch, endurance fibers to allow the chicken or bird to walk and be relatively fatigue resistant. But we look at the breast, the chicken breast, which is responsible for flapping its wings. Okay? So if a bird wants to fly and flap its wings, it needs to create a lot of force, which is why you have fast twitch muscles in the chicken breast, which is why chicken breast is white meat, white fibers. Make sense? So this is some of the stuff you learn. This is some of the stuff you learn in the course. I'm going to turn this light off. It's blinding me. Hold on. Ugh. Literally can't even see. So what he found was that the red muscle cells, the slow twitch, were innervated by smaller motor neurons. What do I mean by this? Well, the motor neuron is the size of we'll call like the body's electrical cord that goes into the motor unit. So the smaller that electrical cord, for instance, the less energy can pass through it. Therefore, the less contractile force the smaller muscle, the slow twitch muscle fibers are able to produce. That's part of the physiology. And so this physiology is why slow twitch muscle can't produce a lot of force. They're relatively smaller in nature, but a lot of it has to do with the size of the nerve that innervates the motor unit or the packet of muscle fibers. So since it's a smaller nerve, less electricity or less electricity, less energy can pass through that nerve. Therefore, less contractile force it can produce, but it's relatively fatigue resistant. A good example of this is like where are they? Like a cord, here's one. Now compare the cord of an iPhone charger. Look how small it is. And then look at the size of the iPhone. The iPhone doesn't use much energy, doesn't require much energy to charge it, which is why it has a relatively small cord. It's just like, so this would be like a slow twitch motor unit, and this would be the size of the nerve that innervates the slow twitch motor unit. It's the same idea. Now compare fast twitch motor units, okay? Conversely, what he found is that white muscle cells were the opposite. These fibers were innervated by a larger, thicker motor neuron. By motor neuron, we mean cord, which allowed for more excitability, more energy to pass through, and more contractile force production. More energy, more contractile force. So this was termed the size principle. So when we're talking about fast twitch muscles, they're innervated by a thicker, bigger motor neuron, nerve. Consider the cord to your microwave. Go check out the cord of your microwave and compare the size of your microwave's power cord to an iPhone charger power cord. You'll notice the microwave power cord is much thicker. Why? To allow more energy to pass through it, because the microwave requires more energy in order to function. Same thing is true with fast twitch muscle. Fast twitch motor units have thicker nerves, bigger nerves that innervate the motor unit. The motor unit we'll call the microwave. Therefore, more energy can pass through it, and it can create more contractile force. But since more energy passes through these fast twitch motor units, they fatigue relatively quickly. So that's kind of the physiological difference between slow twitch and fast twitch motor units. Now, when idiots say that muscle can change from fast twitch to slow twitch, they're wrong. And I've had a retard troll ridicule me for saying they can't change, which they can't, because you cannot change the size of the nerve that innervates the motor unit. Okay? I'm not making this up. You can't change the size of the nerve that innervates the motor unit. Therefore, you cannot change a slow twitch to a fast twitch or a fast twitch to a slow twitch. There are certain properties in which a fast twitch can act more like a slow twitch, but you cannot change them physiologically because you can't change the size of a nerve that innervates a motor unit. How on earth would that even be possible? It's not, all right? So you can't change the size of them. Okay, so that's the physiology between the two. So when you use your muscle, your body goes through this sequence of finding which size motor unit is acceptable for the amount of demand that's being placed on the muscle. So if there is something in the environment that requires a lot of contractile force, your body is going to select, like instantaneously, in sequential order, thicker motor units. So what it's going to do is it's going to start at the slowest motor unit, the smallest motor unit, the red ones you see on the left here. It's going to start there first and go, nope, not enough. Go to the next one. Nope, not enough, not enough, not enough, not enough, not enough, not enough. It's going to go up through them really quickly. And it's going to shuffle through them and pick the appropriate motor unit for the amount of demand placed on the muscle and the force requirement. It does this in order. It always starts with the slowest twitch motor unit and works its way up to the fast one instantaneously. They're all recruited every time. Okay. So when you're doing a set to muscle failure, the first couple of repetitions, which are not very difficult and relatively low effort, low demand, well, you're recruiting the lower order motor units, these red ones. Now, eventually, they're going to become fatigued. They will recover very quickly, but they're going to become fatigued, say by rep 4 or 5, in which case they're out, they're done. And then you go more towards the intermediate twitch motor units, these ones in the middle here. And then when you get to the point of muscle failure, when you are contracting as hard as you can, You are creating a huge demand on the muscle, which requires a huge amount of contractile force. You are recruiting and using the biggest, thickest, fast twitch motor units all the way to the right. So when you're doing a set of 10 repetitions, say on a curl, to failure, you are using all of the available motor units in sequential order. This is why training to failure is important, because it allows you to recruit in order all of the available motor units, and especially hit the highest threshold fast twitch motor units at the end when you are contracting as hard as you can. That's when you're using the biggest, thickest motor units, which grow the most and stimulate the most growth. So, lightweight versus heavyweight. Well, guess what? If you use a lightweight, you're just going to go through this process slower. That's it. If you use a lightweight, it'll just take 25 reps to go through this process. If you use a heavyweight, it'll just take 5 reps to go through this process. Either way, you're going through this process. You're recruiting and stimulating all the available motor units. It's just heavyweight will get you there quicker. Lightweight will get you there slower. Lightweight will likely get you there safer. Heavyweight likely is more dangerous for people with shitty form. But it doesn't matter. Whether you use lightweight or heavyweight, you're going through this cycle no matter what, as long as you're reaching failure, okay? That is why heavyweight versus lightweight makes no difference. It is basic fucking physiology. Basic physiology. But idiots on YouTube don't even know what this is, which is bizarre because they're giving exercise advice. And also research performed by James Fisher and James Steele compared heavy load and light load training and the differences in muscle growth and strength. Exactly the same. So let's look at that research. Just had it up. I gotta find it again. No, that's not it. All right. I'm going to share a different tab. And we're just going to look there. There's only been there has not been many studies done on this. And if there are, they likely didn't have both groups going to failure. Now, keep in mind, if both groups did not go to failure, the heavier load is going to be more effective because you're going to recruit higher threshold motor units with the heavier group. But if you go to failure, no matter what, you are recruiting every available motor unit, slow, intermediate, and fast twitch in order. All right. So this is a study done by James Fisher, James Steele. Heavier and lighter load resistance training to momentary failure produce similar increases of strength with different degrees of discomfort. So what they found was, obviously, if you have a longer set duration with lighter load, you're going to be building up more metabolites. It's going to be more uncomfortable. So that is why I recommend a rep range between 8 and 12. It seems to be heavy enough load to challenge the muscle immediately and not so light that you're going for so long that it burns like crazy and you want to quit. So let's see. 7 men performed unilateral resistance training of the knee extensors, your quads, to momentary failure using high load and low load. Results. Analysis revealed significant pre to post intervention increases in strength for both the high load and the low load with no significant between group differences. Mean repetitions per set, total training time, and discomfort were all significantly higher for the low load. More repetitions, total training time, and discomfort was higher for the lighter load compared to high load. The study indicates that resistance training with high load and low load produces similar strength adaptations. However, Discomfort should be considered before selecting training load. So that is why you want to self-select based on preference. All right. So yeah. So that is one study I refer to. Let me see. Let's go back here. So if you guys want to learn this stuff, click the link in the description and join my VIP coaching course. It's 10 weeks long. You will learn all of this and way more. On YouTube, I don't give you guys anything on YouTube. I'm not going to lie. I give you little bits, but there's way more I'm not sharing on YouTube because it's gold. And if you want to learn it, you're going to have to take up my time, and I'm going to charge you for my time. So, size principle, okay? As more force is needed, motor units are recruited in precise order according to their magnitude of force output, meaning the higher demand placed on your muscle or the harder your muscle has to contract or the heavier the resistance, the bigger the motor unit. This is also true for things like explosive movements. Okay, so here's where that myth comes in. People think you need to train fast to be fast. No. Or explosively. Training fast and explosively simply goes through this cycle quicker with the trade-off of more generating higher peak forces, which are dangerous. So if what we need to do is make a particular muscle group stronger so that way it can produce more force in order to exhibit more explosiveness or power. That's all you have to do. You have to make the fucking muscle stronger and it's more powerful and more explosive. Just need to make it stronger. How do we make it stronger? Well, we have to recruit all the motor units and especially the fast twitch ones. We can do it explosively and recruit them quickly in that order, but the trade-off is generating high peak forces, which are dangerous. Or we can take a little longer to go through this cycle, train slowly and under control, still go through and recruit all those motor units, but more safely. That is why you do not need to train explosively to become explosive. If you are doing a particular exercise, like a hang clean or something, you're going to have to do that exercise explosively to become more explosive in it. But that increase in explosiveness in that exercise does not transfer to an increase of explosiveness anywhere else. The only thing that would provide an increase in explosiveness anywhere else is the strength that you gained from doing that movement. Does that make sense? This is why the whole fitness industry, sports training industry, personal training industry is fucking wrong. This is old stuff. Old stuff. Why they're not aware of it, I don't know. But we've known this since 1965. Yet, collegiate athletes and professional athletes are still doing explosive movements. Why? Because they don't know what they don't know. They're incompetent and they're completely unaware of it. That's it. This is the physiology. I didn't make this up. This has been around. And again, fast twitch motor units are susceptible to more growth, as you can see at the diagram on the right. It's just a infographic, really. Fast twitch motor units are thicker and they grow more. Why? Well, they need to produce more force. They can build more contractile proteins, myosin proteins, and get thicker. All right. So that's that. That is the physiology behind training light versus training heavy and why it's exactly the same due to Henneman's size principle of motor unit recruitment. All right, I'm going to go through some questions now. And if you guys want to learn that stuff, you guys want to learn that really sweet stuff, click the link in the description, book a call with me. I'll explain my 10-week coaching course with you, and we go over all that. We go over everything. Things you don't even know exist, I will teach you. And this will help you transform your physique. Because a lot of the reasons you haven't gotten a good physique is because you still don't know what you're doing. You can watch these live streams, but you're not going to. All right. I'm not going to answer every question. I'm only going to answer good questions. All right. Don't ask me a question about your workout and whether it's good or not. I've done that a million times. I'm not doing it anymore. Better questions. Blah, 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 blah. What percentage of 1 rep max is heavy? I don't know. That's up to you. I guess like 80% of 1 rep max is heavy. Is training to failure enough, or should intensity techniques be included? Depends on how hard you train. James Fisher and James Steele also found that those intensity techniques provide no additional benefit if the individual trains to failure. Learned a lot and hit from your channel. My body is transformed within a couple months. See? Family and friends amazed. Beautiful. Thank you for all your content. Bringing the truth. Need more men like you. That's my purpose. I'm trying to teach you guys, the damn truth. Like Henneman's size principle is the truth. It's been there. It's still there. It is a fact of reality. It's not going to change. The only problem we have is everybody in the fitness industry are morons, and they don't know this. Do they even teach this in exercise physiology? Like, I've never heard a trainer or a bodybuilder or any kind of coach talk about Henneman's size principle of motor unit recruitment. That's bad. That is bad. Do pull-ups to failure and biceps curls to failure in the same workout? Depends. Join my coaching, and maybe not. Depends on you. Oh my God. Phil Campbell, creator of the Sprint 8 protocol, claims his sprint workout can boost HGH by up to 530%. Do you think that's a big boost? No. Come on, dude. If you ever see something like that, just roll your fucking eyes at it. 99.999999999% of the things you see in the fitness industry are lies. They're lies. Come on. Okay, even if dude, you would have to literally take HGH to increase it 530%. God, to where your heart would explode. All right, so how does this play into overcoming isometrics? Its output should become maximal as you slowly increase force for all motion prudent, movement 0. What should the gauge be for time under tension? It doesn't matter. Like I said, it will go through that order either way. If you contract as hard as you friggin' can for 15 seconds, it's going to go through that order. If you contract gradually over a minute, it's going to go through that order. The only thing is, honestly, I would just contract as hard as you possibly can for as long as you possibly can. That's what I would do. And then the time under tension is just going to take care of itself. So either way, no matter what you do, it's going to go through that order. It's going to recruit and fatigue all the available motor units. When it comes to isometrics, I prefer to just contract as hard as I can for as long as I can until my muscles give out. And they give out because you've gone through that process and all the motor units are cooked. The fast twitch motor units are cooked. The fast twitch motor units get cooked. That's why you fail. But as soon as you fail, those slow twitch motor units, since they're fatigue resistant, will kick back on. But again, they don't produce much force. That is why when you do a second set, you can't get as many reps because the fast twitch motor units are still dead. So say you do a set of 10 to failure. Can't get the 11th fail at 10. You do another set, you get 3. Why? Because and you keep doing another set, you get 3, you get 3, you get 3, you get 3. Why? Because the slow twitch motor units will keep recovering, but they can't produce much force, so you're not going to last very long. They'll kick in for the first rep and a half, and then done. Then they'll go again, and they'll get in, done. All right. What about calisthenic? Heard it targets more muscles, which you wouldn't get if you use machines. That's what? No. Who'd you hear that from? Ronald McDonald? Joe Biden? Jesus. It's just dumb. Targets more muscles? What do you mean targets more muscles? You choose an exercise to target a muscle. All right, let's see. All right. You mentioned that you don't count calories. Nope, never have. Does this mean you just eat to satiety, only track protein? How do you ensure your diet is satisfactory for muscle gain? It's probably not, but my genetics are so good and I train so hard, my body's going to grow no matter what. It's obviously satisfactory. Do you want to know why? Because I grew muscle. Diet matters, okay, but it does not matter as much as people think. The stimulus matters the most. Because if diet mattered so much, and I didn't track I don't track my protein either. I don't track my protein. I just eat protein. I eat some protein in the morning. I ate about a pound of ground turkey for lunch, maybe a shake here and there, and then a bunch of chicken for dinner. That's all I do. I just eat protein. I'm not tracking that shit. How do I know it's satisfactory for muscle gain? Because I grew muscle. That's the thing. The diet isn't that huge. So we could just do 2 to 4 reps. You could, but you'd have to use a really heavy load, which will probably be bad on your joints. So I would not advise. All right, total recruitment of muscle fibers by going to failure regardless of weight. Which is better? Slightly more mechanical load, lower reps. Actually, no, higher reps would be more mechanical work. Yeah, that's more mechanical. Yeah, that's more mechanical load or metabolic fatigue, higher reps. Which is better? I don't know. It would probably depend on you. I would say you would probably want to focus more on mechanical load than metabolic fatigue, because the metabolic fatigue is going to come with high mechanical load, no matter what. But is that mechanical load going to come with higher reps and metabolic fatigue? If you do it right, yeah. I would focus more on mechanical load, lower reps, definitely. Because when you're doing higher mechanical load, I mean, the metabolic fatigue is going to come with it because you're challenging your muscle. This explains why a study showed that sprinters run faster the more force they put into the ground, not how fast their legs move. Oh, damn. Really? I did not know that. Wow. Huh. Mind blown. I did not know that. Wow. That does explain why they sprint faster. Okay, so, wow. I never thought of that. Yeah, so sprinters run faster because they put more force on the ground, because their leg muscles are capable of producing more force. Man, I thought I had to do with how fast their legs move. That's awesome. That is interesting. Thanks for sharing that. Damn. I want to read that. That's awesome. So you did the session 2 days ago after 3 weeks. 7 sets of failure. Full body. Was sick afterwards. Is this normal? I think you're just connecting your workout. You're probably getting sick either way. It just happened after your workout. I don't think your workout caused that. It's not normal, but your workout did not. How's that? He claims if you get tested for HGH after you finish the workout, you'd fail the test. What? What a retard. Oh my God. Dude, these fitness people are getting so bad. All right. This question. Dude, this is what the whole stream was about. Go back and listen. I'm not answering this. Go back when it's done and listen. That's what the whole thing was just about. Oh my God. What kind of... Oh, dude. That's what the whole thing was about. Go back and listen. What's the best way to get stronger tendons and ligaments prioritize over bigger muscles? You can't. You can't prioritize your tendons and ligaments over your muscles. When your muscles get stronger, your tendons and ligaments get stronger. There's no way to create any sort of dichotomy between the two. You can't. Sorry. But Fresh and Fit said that going to failure doesn't matter. Yeah, the two biggest fucking nerds on the planet. They only said that because I promote going to failure. All right. Because 21 because I'm, involved in 21 Studios, which is an enemy of them. They created a video saying going to failure doesn't matter just because I say you need to go to failure. That's how gay they are. It's fucking nerd. Oh, they're so nerdy. Mm-hmm. I'm doing a live stream. You got to go. Okay. All right, let's see. 6 feet, 160 pounds, 20 years old. I struggle with eating more and working out. Any advice? Yeah. Eat more things like butter and peanut butter and stuff with high calories. Just put like butter and olive oil and stuff in your food, and you'll get hundreds more calories without feeling like you need to, eat more volume of food. That's what I do. All right. Let's see. When reaching failure on compound exercises, is it difficult to know which muscle joints give out first? How can we know if optimal interval is provided to all muscles involved? The prime mover is going to give out first. So there was a weird, Arthur Jones believed this. Arthur Jones believed that smaller muscle groups give out first in a compound movement. This is wrong. Why would your body be designed like that? Why would your body evolve to only be able, why would your body evolve to be a slave to the weakest muscle involved? That makes no sense. Why would there even be stronger muscles? That wouldn't make sense for your body. So what sense would it make for your body to have these big chest muscles or big lat muscles if they're limited by the weaker muscles in the arm? That doesn't make any sense. I don't think anyone's ever thought about it before. That's a myth. The only reason you feel like these muscles give out first is because there's more sensory nerves in your limbs than there is in your torso. So there's more of a sensation in your arms due to more sensory input, sensory nerves, than there is in your chest and your lats. Because your arms and your hands have more nerves in them, more sensory nerves, so you can figure out where you are in space. You don't use your chest and your back to figure out where you are in space. That's why there isn't any sensory nerves here. But those sensory nerves make it burn more. All right. Without tracking calories, how would you suggest getting enough food in without gaining enough excess fat? You have to track calories. Don't be fucking lazy. Come on. See, this is why most of you will not be successful, because you're lazy. and you're trying to find ways to not count calories. You know, it's a luxury that you're able to count calories and you're not starving to death. You have to track calories. Don't be fucking lazy. If you don't have the discipline to count your calories, just give up. Just watch TV, play expert. Just give up. Don't even try. If you don't have the discipline to count your calories, don't even try. You already failed. What kind of failure is required when doing a HIIT workout? Positive failure. There are many kinds of failure. No, there isn't. I mean, there's positive, static, and negative failure. Okay. As a college student, though, it's impossible to count calories unless you want to bring a food scale to the dining hall. Then bring a damn food scale to the dining hall. What? Yeah, do it. What? What do you mean? Bring a food scale. Unless you want to. It's impossible to count calories. No, it's not impossible to count calories. You can bring a food scale to the dining hall. Do it. That's an excuse. That's a bad excuse, too. All right, let's see. What I miss? Yes, bring a food scale to the dining hall. Do you think really successful people just like became successful on accident? Like they just kind of winged it and boom, it happened. Yeah, maybe some, but very few. Very, very few. Above average results require above average effort. And if you are not going to put in above average effort, you are going to fail. And probably blame something else, like your testosterone level or something fucking ridiculous. Suggested calorie surplus to avoid fat gain, it depends. All of these things depend. You might put on fat easily. You might not. Depends. Can't give you a number. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. That's why I have a coaching course, because I teach you how to dial it in based on your genetics. I can't just give you I can't just give you a number. How important is rep speed and cadence? How slow or fast should we perform exercises? In between 3 and 10 seconds each direction. Anything slower than 10 seconds isn't any safer. Anything faster than 3 starts to produce more peak forces and becomes more dangerous. Anything between 3 and 10 seconds each direction. The faster you perform an exercise, the more dangerous it becomes. And some researchers show that it's actually less effective. Yeah. If you're worried about people looking at you weird for a scale in your dining hall, who cares? Bring the scale. All right. You mentioned the small muscle group going to failure first as a myth. It is. What about the fact that most people fail on pulling movements because their hands are weak? There must be some truth to it. That's because their grip strength is weak. Yeah, that's true. Their grip strength is weak, but that adapts like instantly. Or they're just doing too much weight. Honestly, if you are failing because your grip fails, the weight is way too high. Cut the weight back. Very new people will notice their grip will give out first. But that's more of a neuromuscular thing, honestly. It's really not strength. It's your body getting used to holding on to something. No, there is no truth to it. But a lot of people think their biceps fail on a pulling movement first, or their triceps fail on a pushing movement. Wrong. No, they don't. Because you think, the biceps muscle group is not much smaller. It's not even smaller than the muscle in the back. If you were to remove all the tissue in your biceps, lay it out on a table, and remove your latissimus, and measure the weight in tissue, they're about the same. Seriously, they're about the same. It's just where they are on the body since your lats are spread throughout your back, they look like a bigger muscle group. But in terms of volume of tissue, the biceps and the lats are about the same. The triceps and the chest, the same. So just because they appear smaller, because they're not spread out, people call them smaller muscle groups. But they're actually not smaller muscle groups. They're very similar in size. So I think that's where that myth comes from. I mean, the whole thing has to do with the amount of sensory input in those muscle groups. The muscle groups are generally the same. Yeah. God. All right, guys. Unfortunately, I have to ignore some questions that are stupid. I'm going to go through see if there are any good ones that I miss. Let's see. All right. If there's no more questions, I'm gonna just end this here. It'll be recorded, so go ahead and look. If you guys want me to teach you everything and personally guide you through 10 weeks of coaching and help you transform your physique personally, click the link in the description and book a call with me and join my 10-week coaching program. I will teach you everything and guide you through personally, help you adjust your diet, help you adjust your training, help you understand these principles, teach you things like Kahneman size principle, physiology, things like that. So if you're confused at all, if you have any, lack of clarity in the subject, join the coaching for 10 weeks. It'll change your life. All right. Click the link in the bio, like, share, subscribe, and see you next time.